Hi there, welcome to the YouTube channel. After yesterday's thinking video, I'm back with the deck tech today, and it is Gyrus, Waker of Corpses. X black, red and green for a 0/0 legendary creature Hydra. Okay, enters the battlefield with a number of +1/+1 counters on it equal to the amount of mana spent to cast it. So if you just spend the black, the green and the red, you get 3/3 Hydra. If you pump anything into X, you get the many extra +1/+1 counters. That's quite nice, gives you a bit of flexibility. But whenever Gyrus attacks, you may exile target creature card with lesser power from your graveyard. If you do, create a token that's a copy of that card, and that's tapped and attacking. Exile the token at the end of combat. Now, it's an interesting card, and I'm going to be honest, even after yesterday's video, this has got mana rocks in it, so sorry. I apologise now because I built this deck before this and I haven't had a chance to record until after I recorded the video from yesterday. So there are going to be mana rocks in here, but I like this card. It's different. It's a different take on Hydras, which is something I've been looking for. We've had Hydras that make, come into play. We've had legendary Hydras before. This one's a different one, and I quite like the idea. It's exiling stuff from a graveyard to make itself happen again. It's fun, it's different, and it's going to be a little bit more complicated. So here we go. This is what today's deck looks like. So as usual for me, this is, and I'll just, before we go any further, this is purely going to be a deck I'm going to be playing on MTGO. So the cost of it, when you look at the deck list down below in the description, a little bit high. So as usual, starting with the mana base, and I've broken my cardinal rules here where I've gone for all the search lands I have to make sure I hit this. So Arid Mesa, Badlands, Costly Land is where the money comes from. Bloodstained Mires here, Cabaretti Courtyard. All the usual suspects, including Field of the Dead, Fabled Passage are here. But we have got quite a few of the dual lands in. So, Marsh Flats is here. Anything I could fit into this deck that is going to be useful and good. Scalding Tarn's here as well. Yeah, I might have gone a bit over the top with the mana on this one, but I think it's worth it because we need to make sure we hit it, hence why we have the dual lands in and Zitora's Proving Ground. They're all here and we've got ways of getting them all. Artifact ramp wise, sorry, Soul Talisman, Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, we need them here, and one of each of the talismans. That's it. I didn't go any further than that because I did pay attention to my video I did yesterday, and I did include some of the other things that people keep complaining that I don't play. So what we want to do with Gyrus is get things in our graveyard and then get Gyrus into play a fairly large power level. Sorry, attack, whatever you want to call it, power, toughness, power level, that's what I'm looking for. And start exiling those creatures as we attack. So to that end, we've got ways of getting things into the graveyard. We've got ways of getting things out of the graveyard if we need to. We've got all sorts of ways to make sure things stay alive, and even more, a little bit of +1/+1 counter manipulation so Gyrus can come in even bigger. So start at the beginning. Reanimate for one of the cards we just want to bring back and not exile. Vampiric Tutor to go and find us a card that may be useful to us at some stage. Village Rites to sack a creature that's lost its impotence for us, draw a couple of cards. That seems like a reasonable plan to me. A little bit of what I was talking about yesterday is some creature ramps. So we've got Birds of Paradise here, an Ignoble Hierarch. I've chucked in a Demonic Tutor to go and find the things that we may need to do. Must say, one thing I will say, I do like this artwork from the Commander set. Commander Legends, Masters, there you go. Do like this. This is just lovely. Love that site. Anyway. Stop talking silliness. Dockside Extortionist, because at the end of the day it's a red deck and other people do play mana rocks. Thrill of the Possibility lets us discard one of the creatures and draw a couple of cards. More permanent land ramp in that we've got Farseek, Nature's Laws here as well. Heroic Intervention to keep everything indestructible and alive when we need it to. Satyr Wayfinder lets us go through the top 4 cards of our library, grab a land, put the rest in our graveyard. Hopefully we'll hit some of the creatures we've got coming up to eventually reanimate with Gyrus. Grillsley Salvage is also here. Go and find a creature or land, put the rest in the graveyard. You'll probably go and find a land and chuck the creatures in your graveyard. That's cool. Skull Prophet's fine. 2 mana for a green and a black for a 3/1 human druid. You can tap it for a green or black after the summoning sickness has run off, or you can sack it, tap it, sorry, to mill 2 cards. Even more fun. Lightning Greaves and Swiftfoot Boots are here to protect Gyrus once we get Gyrus in play, so we can, start attacking the turn we play it. Buried Alive lets us go and find 3 of the creatures and chuck in our graveyard ready for Gyrus. Toxic Deluge kills all the creatures if we're having an issue. Victimize. I like Victimize. Forgot this card was in. Remembered it when I was thinking about reanimation things. Sack a creature, so, Bird's Paradise, Ignoble Hierarch, looking at you, Dockside Extortionist, Evenist, and return the 2 creature cards to the graveyard from the graveyard to the battlefield. Nice way of getting things out of the graveyard. Chaos Warp for a little bit of control. Branching Evolution to double the amount of counters. Not maybe there, but we've got other ways of doing it. Cultivate, see, did pay attention to myself. Anchodome's Reach are here, along with Entish Restoration. One of the ones that came in from Lord of the Rings. Search your library up to 2 basic land cards, put them onto the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. If we control a creature with power greater than 4 or more, hello, get 3 lands instead. Okay, I did remember. I did listen to myself. Garruk's Uprising lets us draw cards, which we can then discard and gives all our creatures trample. Rites of Flourishing, extra land draw, extra card draw, and extra land drop. Unbound Flourishing, whenever you cast a permanent spell with a mana cost that costs X, double the value of X, which makes Gyrus very, very big 9 times out of 10 when you can hit it. There's not anything in here with X as a spell, as you can see. So, yeah, we'll ignore the second part of the Unbound Flourishing in here for now. Wood Elves, I did pay attention. Go find a forest, put it into battlefield. Tribute to the World Tree gets some +1/+1 counters on things, which does help with our branching evolution. So, yay, go for us. Rhythm of the Wild, non-token creatures you control have Riot, so another way of getting extra +1/+1 counters on them, which triggers with branching evolution. Ravenous Cubicala, the first one of the creatures, because basically what I'm looking for with Gyrus is have creatures with comes into play abilities. Ravenous is the first one, destroy another creature. Anger, I want in the graveyard to make sure everything's got haste. Decadent Dragon, I just like Decadent Dragon, I just do, sorry. Exiling the top 2 cards from an opponent's library is great fun. Again, this attacking to give ourselves some treasure, even more fun. The other card we want in the graveyard is Brawn. Give everything trample automatically, thank you. And then there's Parallel Lives. Now, I'm not sure how this works, I'm going to be honest. I'm not sure if both the tokens have to attack or we just get 2 tokens and they both get exiled. I'm not sure. But even if we just get 2 tokens of the creature that comes in a play effect, that has to be attacking. I'm happy with that in this deck. Archpriest of Shadows is a nice one because it gives Death Touch. We can play it, we can bring it back with Gyrus if we need to, give something Death Touch. And the backup one, and bring something else back. Phyrexian Delver does it as well. If we've got more than 1 creature in the graveyard, just be careful with this one because you do lose your life. You lose life equal to that card's mana value. So, 2 triggers of this if you get Gyrus in play could cost you sort of like 15 life and you could kill yourself. But be warned. Acidic Slime's a nice old school, let's blow anything up that isn't a creature. So that's a really nice one to bring back with Gyrus, especially if you've got Parallel Lives in play. Blight Titan gives us the ability to mill 2 cards and incubate X, where the X is the number of creature cards in our graveyard, so we get some nice blockers if we need to. Grave Titan is Grave Titan. Yeah, we all know what Grave Titan does. Yep, that's what we wanted to do. Demon of Dark Schemes is really nice. It just means we can kill smaller creatures when it comes into play at the -2/-2. Be aware, however, that if you do this and you've got 2 copies coming in, you're giving everything -4/-4, so you could kill some of your own creatures, but all the energy you generate you need to spend before they die. So please, 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 if you can do this, make sure you've got some black mana available ready to nick things from graveyards to put under your control. Conclave Siege Captain, a lovely one to bring back if we can with Gyrus. Back up, back up, back up, and then trample and loads of +1/+1 counters. Very nice. Bane of Progress, I listened to myself as well in this after the video yesterday. Destroy all artifacts and enchantments. Yep. That's nice if you get that back in. Overworld Hydra just goes and fetches your land and it becomes a really big threat at some stage. And Izoni, Thousand Eye, 2 black and 2 green and 2 black. Enters the battlefield under your control. Create a 1/1 black and green insect creature for each creature card in your graveyard. Yeah, okay. The 1/1 tokens, or the 2/2 tokens from the Grave Titan, or the Incubate tokens from Blight Titan, do stay in play. They are not attacked and a tapping. It's just the actual creature. So yeah, if you've got Parallel Lives in play and you get Izoni down, 2 copies of Izoni coming in will mean you get a whole load of insects, assuming you've still got creatures in your graveyard. I am aware, by the way, I've got Up the Beanstalk in here. Up the Beanstalk I'm trying out over Mulch at the moment. Before anyone says anything, I forgot to mention Up the Beanstalk, so I've jumped back. You can replace this with Mulch if you want to, but I'm trying Up the Beanstalk just to get the card draw and go, so I've got things to discard. Spectral Primordial. Yep. Enters the battlefield for each opponent. You may put 1 up to 1 target creature card from that player's graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. Thank you very much. I'll hopefully go and reanimate lots of things. And Atali, yeah. If you get this to come back with Gyrus and you've got Parallel Lives in play, you're going to be having a lot of fun very quickly. Avenger Ascendicar will give you a whole board full of plant tokens with a bit of luck, as will Hornet Queen give you a whole load of Death Touch flyers that you no one can get past. Titan of Industry will give you warriors and 10 life, or 2 artifacts gone, or wherever you need it to be, or shield counters. And Bladewing Deathless Tyrant, even if you just have to play this normally, flying, haste and getting a whole load of zombie knights is going to help you out no end. One of the cards that I haven't seen played in a Gyrus deck anyway is Archon of Cruelty. The reason I've picked this up and put in this deck, I've lost to it so many times in the Vintage Cube now, it's depressing me. So I figured it's time to bring the pain into Commander as well. Enters the battlefield or attacks target opponent, sacrifices a creature or planeswalker, discards a card and loses 3 life. You get a card and gain 3 life. Yeah, I'm quite happy to bring that back with Gyrus. That's fine. The Skullspawn Nexus is here just to help us get a little bit of fun and games. Whenever one or more non-token creatures you control die, create a fungus dinosaur creature token with base power and toughness equal to the power of those creatures. Yeah, so Gyrus dies, you just get another big dinosaur there. And if you've got Parallel Lives in play, as you can imagine, that's 2 of them. Even better. Last couple of cards, Blasphemous Act for a little bit more control. And the Great Henge, just to give us some more +1/+1 counters to trigger the Branching Evolution, to gain a bit of life, to give us a little bit of mana ramp, and potentially class as a mana rock. Nah, yeah, okay, class as a mana rock, it's fine. But that's it. I think I have played this. There's a stream replay coming up. I'm going to shove it up for tomorrow, so you'll see that on Saturday. We had a really good stream on Sunday of this week. Got 4 games in. I'll break all the games down and put it all in so you can see it all, but it was fun and we enjoyed it, and one of the decks I did sneakily play was Gyrus, so keep your eyes open for that. I hope you've liked this, but for now, this is it for today. That's my take on Gyrus. It's another random commander. I'm really hoping we do get to see some of the murders of Karlov Manor start, more spoilers appearing soon. I'm off to Friday Night Magic tonight because we have the Ravnica remastered draft event happening, so I'll be there. So hopefully I might see some couple of legends in there I haven't covered and might do them next week. Keep your eyes out. Long week of videos this week, so I hope you've enjoyed them. And yeah, hit the subscribe button. Come and follow me on Twitch. See me play all the decks I talk about. That'll be lovely. Hope you've enjoyed this video for Friday. My next stream is Sunday, so you come and see me play Sunday afternoon. Yeah. Keep your eyes on Twitter. I always put a note up on there when I'm going live. Take care. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye.